Hey everybody, what is going on? It is YouWoulDoIt here, bringing you my SnD class setup video, and what that is. To those of you who do only want to hear my commentaries, leave now, bye, peace, forever. But those of you who are interested in my Call of Duty Ghosts Search and Destroy class setups, stick around for this video, because I'm going to go through all my classes. I got two different soldiers that I use, and that is my Octane Warhawk class set, and my Freight Sovereign class set. So, I actually have to do a Strike Zone one, but for now I'm just using my Octane Warhawk one for Strike Zone. But there's been a lot of changes recently in the whole Call of Duty Ghosts MLG variant setup. So like they're banning shotguns, they're banning LMGs, they're banning double nades, they're banning double stuns. So I'm going to give you my updated classes as well as some of the new things that I'm trying out, and you're going to get to see firsthand what those are. So I'm going to explain to you what each class has and what it's supposed to mean and why I use it and why I have it. We're going to go through Octane and Warhawk first. So I always like to have my AR as my first class. The reason I like to have AR as first class is because whenever I'm rushing somewhere, I can, like agility, marathon, and really fast, get to a really fast spot and then hit start and then hit AA, and I'll immediately switch to this class just in time within the 15-second countdown that you have and be in a power position with an AR. So that's why I have an AR as my first class. Now this class is, I call it the aggressive AR because it's really what it means, what it's supposed to do is be aggressive. So it has extended clip and thermal just to be versatile, a pistol to be able to switch, to be able to run places, has extreme conditioning, quick draw, and those extreme conditioning so I can run across the map without having to worry about, you know, getting stopped every 3 seconds, and quick draw for those quick draw gunfights that you need, because an AR is not beneficial without quick draw. And I'll show you some classes that I don't have quick draw on it, and that's for a different reason, because this is obviously supposed to be more aggressive. Now, the two perks that I'm not going to talk about is Dead Silence Focus and Ready Up, because those are basically the three standard perks. Now, Ready Up, you can't switch out, but I'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, my next class is my Overkill Sniper class, and I have Overkill Sniper. This is a new class that I made. It used to be a double nade sniper with a pistol, but obviously you can't have double nades anymore, so this is just a regular sniper, and I have the sniper on top. That way I can have my thermal and my long barrel, so I don't have as many hit markers coming in, and then just a vector behind it with agility, Ready Up, and all the standard stuff right there. My next class is my Speed Snipe class. This is whenever I want to get to a place really fast to hit the snipe off the break, and it has a bunch of stuff to be able to switch the gun faster, to be able to run faster, and it's really one of those weird classes that you have to try to actually like. It's a very preference-based class. I only use it when I really want to get to the Speed Snipe spot to snipe the B-Cross on Octane. Next class is called LMG Sub, but actually it's something new. Since they're banning light machine guns, I decided to be one of the first people. I don't know if other people are already trying this out, but a Remington with Overkill Vector. And it's usually a LMG Overkill, but instead I'm going to use an AR since light machine guns are going to be banned. So this just has Ready Up, the fast switch guns, and Overkill, Dead Silence Focus, obviously. So it's kind of a weird class. You can switch out your Remington, you can put foregrip on it, you can put muzzle brake on it, or whatever you want. That's all preference based for you guys, so I wouldn't recommend you steal exact classes. Kind of use what you think would do well for you. Now, my next class is called the Defensive AR, and it means just what it says. I can play very back with it. I can post up, like per se on Warhawk. I go behind the white truck and throw smoke and get the guy to put a bomb down, and then I have the thermal to be able to protect him and just spray through the back tarp towards water tower. I got the pistol to be able to move around faster, and I got strong arm to be able to clutch up and be able to like throw my nade farther, all depending on the call out that I get. Things like that. Strong arm is a really underrated perk. It's something that should be used more often, I think, and I don't even, abuse it as much as I should. My next class is going to be a class that I use quite frequently, and it's called my Close Quarters class, and it is a vector with the blue dot and muzzle brake, and I've been thinking about switching out that blue dot with the foregrip and just using iron sights. It's kind of something that I've been iffy about, but right now I'm used to the blue dot and the muzzle brake, and this is your standard speed class. It has Ready Up, agility, marathon, and steady aim, and this is basically, you can sprint anywhere and challenge corners, and the steady aim saves you a lot, and it's all based on preference, but this is the standard class to rush around and sprint at shit, and I use it quite frequently. It's probably one of my most used classes. And then here's kind of a fizzerp class. Now, double smokes is banned, but or is going to be banned, so I changed this up. Usually I don't have ready up on this class. I do have the other perk that allows me to have double smokes, which is here, and I just switched that out for the 1 point and ready up. But unfortunately that is going to be banned. So incog is there obviously so I can run through the smoke without being seen by thermal, and it just makes me a lot harder to find, and that is why I have that. And of course agility, you can switch out agility with marathon. I kind of put the two hand in hand. I do both of them, like whatever my preference is really. If I feel like marathon will do me better on that map on Octane or Warhawk, then I'll run it. Next class is my plant bomb class. This is usually when they're like, okay, you can grab bomb. Then I'm like, okay, so I have these two things that you want to keep in mind. I have the stun and the trophy, or I'm sorry, I have the nade and the trophy, and then I have the reflex perk. And what reflex does is it allows you to put down your equipment faster. So if I want to plant the bomb really fast and I need to protect myself per se on Warhawk and I don't want to get naded, then I'm going to throw the trophy down and put the bomb down. And it's really fast, so it doesn't take me like 4 seconds to take out the trophy system and put it down. So that's really convenient. Agility can be swapped out with marathon. That's all based on preference. And I think the MTAR X goes good with this class because it's a kind of weight back and kind of let your teammates do all the work while you kind of help yourself out, and the MTAR kind of does its job when need be. It's a very reliable gun, and that's why it's almost been the most used gun until the Vector decided to jump in its spotlight. Now my next class is my watch over class, and this is another class kind of like the defensive AR, except this is to really watch over. I imagine this class for Octane, sitting back the FEMA truck and watching over while your teammate plants B. And I have Blast Shield on this class specifically so I don't get naded. And this is also a newer class, by the way. Blast Shield on this class so I don't get naded off my head glitch. I have the smoke to be able to smoke out so my guy can plant the bomb. I have a nade that I can throw back there, right back at him. I have Sleight of Hand so I can continue to fire as, you know, hell is being rained down on me. That way I can just go bop, 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 bop. And since the light machine gun is banned, you know, obviously I can't use a light machine gun, and that's why the Sleight of Hand kind of replaces that, so I can keep shooting. Now, my attachments, you can trade that out with extended mags or muzzle brake or whatever your preference is. Now, my last class for Octane and Warhawk is my Rush class, and this is another class that I use a lot, and it's the same setup except without steady aim. And instead of steady aim, I have a nade and a stun. So you can see the two similarities between the two. I like to run around just as much with this class as I do the other class. This class is just a bit more versatile, and the main thing about this class is the MTAR has a suppressor instead of muzzle brake. The suppressor can be used for many things, like messing with their heads, or just I like the suppressor specifically because it can get in people's heads. If you're shooting them across the map or just randomly shooting a bullet, they kind of flip out. They don't know what to do because they have no idea where you are on the mini-map. So that's what the suppressor's for. Now we're going to go on to the Freight and Sovereign classes. So this one's going to be a lot faster because I have a lot of the same classes, but for different situations and slight differences. So this is my Freight Sovereign setup. What you'll notice about my AR Playmaker class here is the other one had a pistol on its back. This one instead has thermal, muzzle brake, and instead of the pistol, I have resilience. Now the reason I have resilience is so when I'm on Sovereign and I get on top of the machine and I get a kill and I jump down, I'm not going to break my ankles. So I'm going to have full health because I take no damage from falling whatsoever. So instead of the pistol, I have resilience for that, and it's the same exact fast, selfish AR class that I have. The same thing for my speed snipe class. I just have this to have a sniper class if I have any quick snipes that I want to try and hit or be fast with. That's what that's for, so nothing to worry about there. Now this is what I call the standard sub. Standard sub is basically what you would see in any type of variant game mode, but I put it into SnD, and it's just steady aim, agility, and a stun and a nade with the typical MTAR X setup. And that's nothing special. I just pulled that out to be standard with, and that's why it's called a standard sub, because it's just like I want to play a map through, I want to wait out a round, so I'm going to play slow, I'm not going to do anything crazy. Now the next one is the sub LMG, and once again, instead of a LMG, I'm using the Remington thermal extended mags. Nothing different with that, same thing from the last class setup, and same thing with this class, AR picks, and that is to play back and kind of wait a round out. Maybe I can go top fire with this, or I can go top Owens or top 3 red, or I can just play back blue or anything like that on Sovereign. and that's what this class is for. Now I have AR shotgun. This class I'm probably going to change to some sort of fast sub, like Bison or something, to play on Sovereign. Now that the shotties are banned, I need to figure out something else to compensate with, so I have not made a class for this. So same thing for this class, since the Sovereign, this is what the shoddy was for, but unfortunately they're going to be banning all that stuff. Now, another smoke rush class, I have one smoke, same thing for the last time, another kind of fizzer class setup. And then the vector, really fast class to be able to run around, and same thing for this, what I call the standard, because it's what I use primarily. Most of the time I end up using this class because it's just what I'm so used to and what I've gotten good with and what I've kind of trained myself for. Now, one thing that I do want you guys to notice is that most of these classes, I do have specialist perks set up. You can utilize specialist in ways that, you know, you don't really use them, because in SnD, usually you don't get on your high streaks, but when you do, it's good to have these extra perks there. So that's what I have kind of set up. Some of these I do have to go over and switch up a little bit. Some of these I don't have filled in yet, but be sure to utilize those things. Now, this was an 11.5-minute video, some sort of that. I did do this live and go through all these live, and I gave you my sort of gist on why I use these classes and why they're set up the way they are. So now when you see me playing and going through my gameplays, maybe you'll understand kind of what I'm thinking and why I utilize some of the things that I do, and some of the weird setups that I have and why I use them, and sort of the specific things. So you are free to steal these classes. Once again, I am putting them on the interweb for you guys to steal. You guys can utilize them. Leave a comment on these videos, if on this video or in future videos, if you're using a class setup that I taught you guys and if it actually worked out for you. Now, I know some of you guys are pub players, so if you use these classes, they aren't going to be as efficient, but I hope you all did enjoy this video. Very long and enduring to make, a almost 12-minute commentary, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed the class setups that I gave you, and you can also utilize the soldier. That is the last thing I want to say. The soldier you use, I use the skinny bitch, and I have a different mask on, and, you know, I kind of prefer the girl because it looks skinnier, and I know that it doesn't change the hitboxes, but it just kind of looks cooler. It's all in preference for you guys. So what you guys like is what you guys use. What you guys feel comfortable with is what you should be using to play with, because that's how you play your best, when you're comfortable. Now, I hope you all did enjoy this video. Hopefully you enjoyed me taking my time to go through these class setups and all that, not just kind of showing them to you, because that'd be kind of lame. I hope you all got through this entire video. If you made it to the end of the video, matter of fact, I want you to put chicken nuggets in the comment section of this video. Now, I want to see how many people actually made it to here, or how many people just fast forwarded through to see what the classes were. But I will see you guys in my next video, and peace.